Whenever you're ready.
According to a study done by Dove, only 4% of women actually find themselves beautiful. And a lot of their views on life are based off of what they experienced as young girls. So in our society today, with our technological advancements, how does media affect our children? So today I will be talking to you about the effects of media on both girls and boys, and the difference between our generation and the younger one of today. The media affects both genders, but it seems that the effect it has on girls has always been the spotlight of what our society focuses on. As stated earlier, Dove has a campaign for real beauty. And in 2004, they did the same survey that they did last year, and in 2004, there was only a 2% of women who actually thought they were beautiful. Since then, Dove has helped 9 million women, and they hope that by the end of this year, they will help 15 million women feel comfortable in their skin. Along with the real-life heroines of Dove, these fantasy heroines are very influential on young girls. Belle taught girls that they can be beautiful and intelligent, and Meredith taught girls that they don't need a boyfriend or a husband, that they are strong and independent and they can take care of themselves. But with the good comes the bad, and I think Lisa Frank sums it up. These are two of the Lisa Frank girls, Glamour Girl and Valerie. Here it says that Glamour Girl is extremely gorgeous, she's never a mess, she has her entire wardrobe organized by color, and she dreams to become a supermodel on the cover of a magazine. Now Valerie, this is what bothers me the most. Valerie, size 4'9", wears a size 12 in girls, and she wants to become a veterinarian, and she loves volunteering. But the thing is, why did they put her weight there and not Glamour Girls? It's their target pudgy girl. It's like to make fat girls feel better about themselves because, oh hey, you're not pretty because you're not skinny, but you've got a great personality. So pretty girls can't be smart, and pudgy girls can't be models. People seem to think that the media only affects girls, but in reality it also affects boys, and although we don't see it much, it is there. Boys have very good role models like Superman, the G.I. Joes, and Drax. Now, according to a teenage boy, he took his younger brother to go see Guardians of the Galaxy. And upon leaving the movie, he asked his younger brother, who's your favorite character? The younger boy responded to Drax because, as he stated, he doesn't understand things. He's just like me. He doesn't need to understand things to be brave, and he can do whatever he wants. He can be helpful. It's a great thing to hear a kid say that, but along with these heroes, there are a lot of things that can happen to boys' body image. This link is a link to, not yet, to the living Ken doll. Now boys, to get that physique that they want, the abs, the muscles, they push themselves. They push themselves with exercising and starving and eating a lot of carbs, and they ultimately push themselves to end up hurt and in the hospital. Well, if they don't want to do that, they can always do what this guy does.
The internet's slow today, it's not, it's...
Everyone wants to be the Cadbury bunny, because only he brings delicious Cadbury cream eggs. Make you proud. No bunny knows Easter better than Cadbury.
I'm Justin Jedlicka, I'm 32 years old, and I'm a living doll. Say, Master Daddy. I've had 125 procedures, and it's been $158,000 to make me really resemble a doll. And chest was first, then moved on to bicep implants, tricep implants, a brow bone shave, I had a brow lift, and I started having a couple other nose revisions, and y'all get a look. At the end, I've had 5 nose jobs now. The doll really exemplifies sort of the ideal male aesthetic. When I was probably about 12 or 13, I used to always watch Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, and I always had this idea in my brain. I wish that my family could have been this family that was wealthy, and we could fly in private jets, and we could have our own boat. And that was always sort of a wish list. It was a dream in my mind. And I ended up sort of emulating what I thought a lot of those wealthy people looked like. You know, they all had plastic surgery. And I realized that I had a liking for some more exaggerated features and this ideal male physique, you know, a little bit more like a doll, like a hero, you know, this like tiny waist and this large upper body.
The male aesthetic, something for all of you to thrive for. Hope you guys look like Ken dolls in the future. And before you asked, yes, living Ken doll has met living Barbie. But no, they do not get along. Okay, now let's get serious for a bit. Let's not just talk about the physical tolls that the media puts on young boys. Let's talk about the emotional tolls. This woman, 20 years old, raped a 14-year-old boy. Her sentence? 31 years in prison. Oh, but that's not the worst part. The worst part is that there are people in the society telling the young boy, oh, you should have enjoyed it. Oh, you were lucky. Most guys don't get that lucky. But that's not true. The way that media has molded your minds makes you believe that men don't get raped. Men don't have these problems, that they'll enjoy it because they're the ones who actually want to do it. Women are always the ones who just hate it. Well, that's not true. And there are people out there that stood up for this young boy. There are people who said, that is wrong. You do not know the emotional toll that rape puts on people, whether it be a young girl, a young boy, a grown woman, or a grown man. That's the society we live in. Isn't it surprising? Well, you have to remember things have changed since we were kids. These are all the shows we essentially watched as children. They were full of adventure, comedy, life lessons. But when you look at the things that children watch nowadays, they're redundant, they're stereotypical, and some of these shows are even just, they're meant for adults. And these kids are being exposed to these things far too early in their lives. And when they do try to educate, they go this, They go this far. They go this far. They take the education too seriously, and literally a different song every 5 seconds, no matter it be about counting, friendship, science, whatever. I hated this show. My cousin watched it all the time. It was awful. These are the games we played as children. And along with these games, I surveyed you, and you said you played tag, you played hide and go seek, you played baseball, you played house, whatever that may be. But when you look at the games that kids play nowadays, I asked my sister what her classmates play. The majority of the games they play are either apps on the phone or they're games off of a random console. And I personally don't think that a child should be exposed to that. The graphics, the violence, it's just not right for young children. And again, they're being forced to grow up way too early. It is a huge difference from what we used to do. So I'd like to thank you for your time in listening to my speech. And I want you to take what I've told you today, take the bad things and the good things into mind with your younger siblings. Because I surveyed you, I asked you if you had younger siblings, and many of you do, and they look up to you. And they just want what's right. I mean, if you let the media corrupt them like this, they're not going to end up well. And I want you to help your younger siblings and your future children in getting through this. Yes, I have a sister, and she annoys the heck out of me, but that doesn't mean I care about her. She was my influence for this speech, because soon she will be going into junior high, and I don't want her to worry about her weight or her appearance too much. I want her to live her childhood until she thinks she's ready to grow up, not until the media thinks she's ready to grow up, because childhood is a great thing in a person's life, and it shouldn't be taken away from them too early. They should enjoy it without worrying.